It is our child. So if you mess up or you can't use kid, you beat the child or you maltreat the child, they will tell you it's all right. Thank you very much for a job well done so far. Yeah, give us the child. Thank you. Yeah, go. They will take the child from you. Even those that were fighting in Nigeria, we cannot enter Catholic Church. We are redeemed. We are winners over here. Any church you see beside you, you enter and worship God. Nobody's looking at that one here. So hello guys. What's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. No, not Nezeville. This is Neze Peperepe. Guys, it is officially fall season, okay? Fall is the season after summer and just before winter, so it is getting cold. The cold has started. The minus degrees are coming and we are ready, kitted up, ready and waiting for the cold. Anyways guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's chit chats I'm going to be telling you guys the top 10 things, like the first 10 things to do when you land Canada, like immediately you relocate to Canada. The top 10 things that you must do, you must settle within the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, within the first 1 month. Okay, so let us dive into this video. And if you're not subscribed, do not look at my fine face for nothing and go. Hit the subscribe icon and join the fam. All right, so let's begin. The first thing that you have to do as soon as you relocate to Canada is to get your SIN, S-I-N, which is the acronym for social insurance number. So your social insurance number is like your unique identity. That is your definition abroad, your SIN, and it is so important that you can even get it at the airport. You can register for your social insurance number at the point of your entry into the country, but we didn't do ours on that day because we were so exhausted. We just got in from a 2-day flight and we just needed to go home. So that's your social insurance number. Is a very, very confidential number. You must keep it very close to your chest. Do not let anybody see it. It can be used to defraud you, to impersonate you. Like it can be used to siphon your benefits and steal your identity. That is like basically your identity. So you don't even save it on your phone. It's a number that you have to memorize. And if anybody calls you, there's some fraudsters that would call you and tell you, oh, I'm from this company, I need your SIN. The answer should be no. Okay, you're only going to need your SIN when you are getting employed, not searching for a job. Two different things. You must have gotten an offer letter and you're about to be employed. Your employers can ask for your SIN, or if you want to access credit like a loan. But if you want to apply for a job, you want to rent a property or buy a car or do all these other many things, your SIN is not required. So do not give it out that easily. All right, so getting your SIN, top on the list. The next thing that you have to do as soon as you land your new country is to get a telephone number. See guys, as soon as you get here, there are going to be so many forms, so many documentation, so many things you're going to be doing, and they're going to ask you for your phone number. It is a mandatory field. Yes, before we landed, we got this virtual line. There's this virtual line that you can pay for and you'll be allocated a Canada number, US number, whatever number you want. Yes, so we got one of those numbers in Nigeria and we're using it to look for a house and all of that. But as soon as we arrived here, we had to go get our own Canada line, Canadian number. So there's several telecommunications providers. You just have to make your inquiries and find out which one best works for you. Now, a tip on this one, you know, those that went ahead of you would make some mistakes that you can learn from, right? So let me narrate my own little mistake. So when I got my phone line, it came with data, like small data. Was this 40 gig or thereabouts? Small data. So if you are a heavy internet user, for someone like me that I'm into the business of social media, I use internet to upload videos and watch all of that. So I'm kind of maybe a heavy or intermediate user. Do not use that data from your phone to be doing all these uploads. You might need to get a Wi-Fi at home to be doing these uploads, because when we got this phone line in Canada and we exhausted the 40 gig that was allocated to us, something like a consent to extend, we sent something like a consent and we consented. When we consented to go ahead with data usage, every day they were hitting us with like, the first day we saw like $250 for data. The next day, 400. Before we could bat our eyes, before we could stop, like call them, what is going on here? What's waiting they play? What is going on? Am I going to use my life savings to buy data? Before we could call them, our phone bills for data had gotten to almost $1,000. So we had to call them and say, see my hand though, I'm a new immigrant though, help me oh, help me oh. So when we had to call them and we had to tell them to please waive it, or waive it, please, they had to waive it and told us that we shouldn't do that kind of extension anymore. So we quickly ran and installed a Wi-Fi at home, while that little data on the phone is just for maybe when you're not in the house, small WhatsApp and stuff. So immediately you get here, we got our phone line the same, like within 24 hours after landing. Immediately you get here, the next thing you need to do is to get a telephone number. Number 3, I feel like relaxing like this. Okay, so the third thing that you have to do as soon as you land is to open a bank account. You need a bank account number like yesterday. Okay, there's so many things that has to be processed that would pass through the bank, and apart from that, you need a card for you to start spending, especially if it didn't come with a domiciliary card from Nigeria. And also you just need to start building your credit history. Like when you open the account, make inquiries for the best bank that is the most attractive for newcomers. Different banks have their different packages for newcomers, so make your findings, choose a bank. When you go, they're going to give you a regular debit card for a savings account. If you want a checking account, they're also going to open a checking account for you, and of course they're going to issue you a credit card. Okay, so you have your savings account card and you have the credit card, and please make your inquiries about how a credit card works. I was a banker, so I have an idea of how it works, but please do your research because you do not want to start off with bad credit history. Everything here has to do with good records and good credit history. With bad history, you won't be able to mortgage a house. You might not even be able to rent a property. It's almost like ruining you while you are alive. Nobody will want to do anything with you. So read up on how to use the credit card and how to keep a clean record. Pay off promptly and do never be in debt. All right, so you need to open a bank account, get your credit cards, and start spending with your credit cards and building your credit history. And as a newcomer, you'll be getting between $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 in your credit card, which will be increased as time goes on, as you show them your credit worthiness. Okay, so the next thing you have to do as soon as you get to Canada, in fact this one you can even do it before you get here if luck is on your side, is to get a house. Now don't say, oh, do I have to do all these things that you just mentioned before and now start looking for a house? No, you can start looking for a house even the day you land. In fact, the first 3 things I mentioned, which is the SIN, bank account and telephone, can be done in the same day. All right, so it's not like you have to dedicate a different week for every one of them. No, so you need to start finding a house as soon as possible, because you can never really be settled without a house. No matter how comfortable where you are putting up is, you need to find your own place so you can start enrolling your children in school if you have children, and start unpacking your things. If you came with food, you have to start putting these things properly. You have to start keeping these things properly preserved. So you need to start finding a house as soon as possible. You can find houses on Kijiji, you can find houses on Facebook Marketplace, you can find houses through real estate agents. In fact, sometimes when you're driving, you might even see a signpost to lease, for rent, to let, whatever. You can call the number there, reach out to friends, family. See, there's no one single pattern, hard and fast rule to finding a house. explore every avenue, because it might not be so easy for you as a new immigrant. Okay, so explore every avenue. Even if somebody gives you hope, do not rest on your oars and say, oh, don't worry, this person has already told me that I'll get this house. You don't have a house until you move in. So keep looking and keep looking. Now I'm going to leave you another tip here. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys another tip here. Please, under no circumstance should you part with money that is not rent. Any application fee, any commitment fee, any fee, do not part with money until it is time to pay rent. Make them not go run you streets for Canada. Make them not go run you streets for Canada. Most times, these real estate companies will not ask you for any fee until it's time to pay the rent. So don't pay any money, okay? It's also important that you note that rents are paid monthly, but the lease contract is annual. So you cannot just because you are paying monthly, maybe in the 5th month or the 4th month, you say, oh, I don't like this place, I want to move over here. No, the contract is binding for 1 year. So shine your eyes and be very mindful of the kind of house that you are getting, so you don't get stuck midway. The next thing to do as soon as you land is to start applying for government benefits. Well, especially if you're coming as PR, we came as permanent residents, so by virtue of that, we have so many benefits that accrue to us, and one of them is what they call CCB, which is the child care benefits. Yeah, so as a parent, the government subsidizes the cost of raising that child. They contribute financially directly to the raising of that child and their upkeep. All right, there's this money that will be coming to you monthly. Okay, so they're not going to come to your house and knock and ask you for the papers. You have to apply and courier to them through Canada Post. I think the address you courier to is at Winnipeg. Okay, so you don't want to waste time. This is money matter. Hello, don't sleep on the bike. So as soon as you come, you have to download the forms, fill it, and dispatch them so they can start processing it. Okay, not to worry, whatever month they missed, they would lump up the sum and send to you. So you're going to be getting some kind of subsidy from the federal government, and you're also going to be getting from the province. There's going to be provincial grants and the federal subsidy as well, and they're going to come together. So they are investing in those children. If you don't take care of them, they are trying to tell you that as you are spending on that child, we are spending on the child. So so the child is not your own, it is our child. So if you mess up or you can't use cane, you beat the child or you maltreat the child, they will tell you it's all right. Thank you very much for a job well done so far. Yeah, give us the child. Thank you. Yeah, go. They will take the child from you. So they are sharing in the liability. They are sharing in the upkeep. They consider these children government property. So apply for the benefits that come with them. So the next very important thing to do, especially if you're coming as a family, is to buy a car. Yes. Apart from the inconvenience of jumping public transports with a lot of children, it's just the next best thing to do, because Canada is big. Canada has a very wide landmass, so it's not like Chidinma, Nkechi, go down to the Ambalam and pick milk and Milo for me. Almost everything is a journey. You want to go to the supermarket, you have to drive. It's not like a walkable distance. You want to go to your children's school, you have to drive. So you need a car. Getting a car in Canada is not a luxury. It's a necessity, just like food, especially if you have children. So buying a car comes next. If you have the funds, of course, and if you have children, is compulsory to get one. There are several places you can buy a car. You can buy from a dealership. They can even finance the vehicle for you, and you'll be paying instrumentally from a dealership. You can buy from Facebook Marketplace, but you have to shine your eyes and make sure they don't sell a car that has problems to you. They don't sell a liability to you, okay? You can also buy off someone, maybe someone you know refers you. Just open your eyes, weigh your pros and cons, check your pocket size, and know which option that you would go for. So buying a car is a necessity, as I mentioned, very important. The next thing that you have to do is to find a school. And when I say find a school, I don't mean just for the children, for those that have children. I mean for yourself too, if you want to go to school. Now, as a permanent resident, you are entitled to so many options and variants of government grants and all of that can assist you go to school. Like I, for one, will be going back to school. I would like to study more about this social media business that I'm doing, digital marketing, social media, and all of that. So I'll be going back to school. So the next thing you have to do is to start making inquiries, because here you need to strike while the iron is hot. When you are new, there's so many benefits that will come, and as you stay longer, as you get a job, as you start getting income, these benefits start to water down. You start to lose them. They start to get diluted. So it's best you start getting all these things as soon as you come. Okay, so you have to get a school for your children if you are a parent. There are different schooling systems here. There is the Catholic and there is the public school, and there are private schools, of course. We chose to go to Catholic schools because they are a lot more conservative and they teach morals and prayers and faith and all of that. There's so many Nigerians in Catholic schools, even those that were fighting in Nigeria. We cannot enter Catholic church. We are redeemed. We are winners over here. Any church you see beside you, you enter and worship God. Nobody's looking at that one here. Anyway, you believe that your child will get the best, whether it's Catholic school or Methodist or Anglican, see your child, you put your child there. You can either choose to take your children to Catholic school, or you can choose to go to the public schools. They're all great, but it just depends on the kind of exposure you want your children to have. We hear that in the public schools there's so much inclusivity, which is not bad, but of course, as I mentioned, what you want for your children. Okay, so in Catholic schools, you cannot wake up and say you identify as a wood, or as a boy you want to dress in skirts. The Holy Spirit will arrest you. You will be arrested, my dear son or my dear daughter. So they have this standard that Nigerians have when it comes to morality. You can choose to put your children in these schools called TLC. That's when they give homework, they wear uniform. They're also, a bit conservative. So you just make your inquiries and know the one you want to do. You have to put your children in school so they don't start lagging behind. It is important that I mention here that your children might be made to repeat their class. I didn't even know that. That's the power of information. I didn't know that if a child finished primary 4, for example, in Nigeria, and come here, instead of going to primary 5, they'll be made to do primary 4 all over again, especially if the age, because they rank these things by age. Okay, no matter how intelligent your child is, if a child is 5, he or she has to be in kindergarten, because that's the age appropriate for that class. So they do a lot of age ranking here. So that is that for schooling. Another thing you have to do, in no particular order, this can even come before schooling, is to connect with a new commerce center or a settlement agency. Now, this country is so organized and so structured in such a way that you cannot just immigrate and they will just leave you to your own devices to sort yourself out. Like, sometimes I see these things and I almost feel like crying. Like, Africa, we have all the resources, we have the weather, we have the workforce, we have the numbers. Bad leadership. Leadership is the issue. So in Canada, for example, there are so many organizations that are charged with the responsibility to making your settlement to Canada stress-free, blissful, and easy. So many of them. They will help you with job search. They'll help you with even sometimes accommodation search. They'll help you with free vouchers, free food, free clothing, free furniture, so many free things that you can benefit. Like your jaw will drop like, yeah? Nah, it's eye day or my eye they pain me. What am I seeing with my koro eyes? You understand? Settlement agencies, they would help you to write how to do your CV, how to poach jobs. They would connect you, even put you on WhatsApp groups where if you want to buy something or if you want to change money or you can make inquiries. These guys are very helpful. So find a settlement agency around you. I think you can even, there's so many of them. Catholic Immigration Services, Calgary, they are super helpful. They will help you. So please try your possible best as fast as possible to connect with them. The next thing that you should do within the first 1 month of your arrival is to find a family doctor, okay? To find a family clinic and a family doctor. Now, things are very different here. In Nigeria, once you have your money or you're under HMO, you can just go to any hospital, whether for headache or fever or tummy ache, and just access a doctor. Over here is very different. You cannot just walk into a hospital and see a doctor because you have a headache, okay? Everything is planned and programmed and structured and scheduled, like, oh my God, so routine and regimented here, okay? And organized, I must add. So over here, you need to search for a clinic very close to you and register your family under a family doctor. You cannot just walk in except it's an emergency. Like, we now have been here for over 1 month, but we are still yet to find a family doctor. Over 2 months, we are yet to find a family doctor. When we call, they'll say, oh, we're not taking patients anymore, we are full. And we're like, where do we go now? Which doctor, which hospital should we use now? You're not taking patients. Why now? You know a doctor. Take me now. Like, Guinea. Do you understand? I like, see these guys though. You are selected. Do you know that I went to open bank account in another bank? They gave me 2 months appointments. Like, that they're not attending to people now. I should come in 2 months time. I was like, Ishigini, uncle, I was a banker in Nigeria. We the rush customers. Now we the rush customers. Hey, you're not taking. I want to give you my money to deposit in your bank. You're telling me to go. That you're not taking. Hey, what am I hearing with my ears? So that is how these people are. Everything is structure, organize. So as fast as possible. That's why I thank God that we came with some light medications, paracetamol, something for fever, something for purging, something for rashes and all those things. We came with our small pharmacy. If not, you can imagine all the people that we've called are telling us that they're not taking patients, they are full, no doctor is available. So that's how this place works. So try as fast as possible so you don't have to wait until, you fall ill before you start running helter skeleta. And the last but not the least, like, I can even call this the first. I don't know why it's coming last. Maybe because of my own peculiar situation. Well, the 10th thing is for you to find a job. Find a job fast. Well, I personally am not under a lot of pressure to find a job because I'm already earning in foreign currency, and I have a good source of income being self-employed. So I'm not under so much pressure to go and keep my daughter in daycare and now start shuttling jobs when I can make even a lot more than that job will pay me, settling at my ease at home and taking care of my children. So no pressures. But if you are not in this situation, uncle, auntie, please, you need to find a job fast, because even that your proof of funds you came in with, like we came in with, we now as a family of 6 are expected to come in with 20 something million, almost 30 million. I assure you, that within the first 1 month or 2 months, that money will be gone. For people like us that paid multiples in rents, just imagine your rent is maybe $3,000 or $2,000, and the landlord, because you are new and all of the wahala, tells you to pay for 6 months. Times it. Then maybe you buy a car, cash, maybe 15,000, 12,000, 10,000. Add it. Then you now start doing boats up and down. You buy groceries, you buy food, you do this. Before you know it, 1 month, that's your money has finished. Especially when you are converting Naira to CAD or to USD. My dear, with this exchange rate. So in order not to leave yourself stranded, please, as soon as possible, start connecting with all these agencies that can help you with a job. Find a job, no matter how small, and start working. Start earning in the currency of the country that you are resident in. Don't look down on any job. Here, there is dignity in labor. Even the people that come to carry our dustbin, the man will sit down in the car with tattoo, with specs, long hair, and the machine will just be carrying the data, be throwing it in. It's not like in Nigeria that you see shoemaker, poverty will be written all over him. Here, no matter what you do, you'll be okay, you'll be comfortable. So many of us left our managerial jobs in Nigeria to come and take on to jobs that seem inferior to what we were doing. But such is life. It's a transition process. You still, it will get better with every passing time. So don't look down on any job. Just find something doing and start growing from there. Okay, so I think I am done. I have listed the 10 things that you should do in your first month of landing Canada or wherever you immigrated to. If there are other things I missed out on, or if there are some things that you believe that should be added to this list, please let it be engaging. Please drop in the comment section so people can read and learn. Also, I love my channel because it's like a learning point both to me, the host, and even my viewers. Everybody always has something to take home, and that's the beauty of creating content. So drop your opinion and your experiences down in the comments section. All right guys, so we're done with this video. Let me go and enjoy my fall. Let me go and fall on my husband since it is fall season. I am cold and I need to go and fall on my husband. All right. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, drop your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued here because we have so much more coming your way. Okay, it's me, your girl barista Neze Peperepe, and this is Neze Peperepe. Bye guys. Mwah.